I am?
Yeah.
Where you going, dog? Don't you want to play with me? Don't you want to play?
You ever been to a
You're
you ever
lucky.
been to a club?
You're lucky we
Can't
let
even
you
say
play
it.
the drums.
You ever been to a club where people wee on each other? I'm old Greg. Fucking Doges. You're almost dead, dude. Actually, it won't matter, but.
Woo!
Nice!
Which one
Woo!
is this?
This was the first one.
Yeah, but there was a guy shooting an arrow. Where the hell was he?
He was over in
Oh,
there.
I thought he was up
the
in here.
crumbled wall.
What are you doing coming in? He's oh what?
Yeah,
Oh what?
right there.
Oh what?
Little bitch.
Oh you fucking
You
hiding
little
on
bitch.
me? Hiding on me? Hiding on me? I just don't remember dogs.
This was it's a different. Go back to the bonfire.
He's coming.
Oh my god.
He's coming.
Look at his little arrow in the back.
Oh!
Oh!
I didn't think he was gonna do it. Through the wall.
Wouldn't that just like break your sword?
Oh!
Whoa!
That's pretty cool. I don't want any part of that.
He's coming back around. So down that way.
Downtown Abbey.
Why did you sit?
Because they're not gonna come back.
But you're
The
gonna.
dogs.
They do come back.
The
See,
dogs?
that's where we started.
No, the dogs aren't gonna come back from over here. They're not gonna come up the stairs.
Yeah, but we're gonna keep going down that way.
Oh, we're going that way?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a shortcut.
Oh. Fight 'em off.
Remember the lift?
Fucking fight them off. Look at them.
Go to the
creeping
left.
and
You can
crawling.
just drop.
Creeping and
Go
crawling.
back down.
Oh, this way?
Jesus. Am I gonna spell it out for you?
That's the dogs. Oh, where are
Oh,
they?
they're coming for your booty.
Oh! What was that? I'm so happy.
You're trying to fly. Whenever you're
Where are
down, that's the best part about this build, actually.
Fuck.
Oh, 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 oh. Stamina, stamina, stamina.
Oh.
Item. Guy. Oh, dog.
You're fucking
Get on the lift.
peaceful.
Grab that item.
Oh!
Oh no,
We're
dude.
coming
Stay,
back.
stay. Oh, fuck. Oh no!
Oh, you
The
thought
dog's
you got me.
coming down too.
Is he really?
Probably. Fucking relentless. That was hilarious. I thought you just one more chop to
I just
the head.
didn't want to like. I ran in there and I was
Yeah. No, you
bombarded.
made the right moves.
Oh, he's like right there.
Axeman.
Okay. What?
Grab that.
What?
Nice. Throwing knives. And then there's an item out there.
Where?
Outside of the gate.
Where's the dog? There was no dog. That was it. I killed him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you said the dog was
Oh, JK. I thought you hadn't killed.
coming. JK.
I thought you hadn't killed the guy. Oh, come on.
Dude, you were fighting this whole
Come
time.
on, Alex. I ain't part at all. They weren't
Oh,
recorded though. Fuck you.
Oh my god. I must have shit myself.
Oh.
Nick left. Oh my god. Holy shit. I can't even stand in it. Okay, so this is a little impromptu. I have in front of me the Jetson Nano. It's the 4 gig model. It looks like the cameras are already unfocusing, so that's great. How fortunate. What was I gonna say? My plan here is, I guess, to get into it, to try to emulate with it. I was digging around the internet, and I was looking for suggestive single board ARM units that support up to GameCube, and this is kind of the only one, and I don't even know if it really truly supports GameCube. From the examples of what's his name, ETA Prime, who's I think at this point everyone's go-to for trying to really push emulation on single boards and cheap PCs. He's the, like, or even expensive PCs. He's the kind of an example that everyone looks to. And this came out a couple of years ago, but then he redid it because he's been following along with the let me see if I can even find, I'm gonna have to at some point, ETA Prime Jetson Nano. He follows along with that independent company that does a lot of the work to get the hardware working for using it with Linux, but also using it with newer aged emulators like GameCube, or getting it to overclock, but also, you know, just utilizing the hardware. And so it's a small company, small group, I guess, called maybe not TAS 59. I don't think it was this one. I think it was something about like, this is a gaming monster. This one. This. Am I completely missing it? Huh. There am I. Tech Toy. That's what it is. Sorry, this is very impromptu. I'm not exactly, you know, I haven't done a lot of research. The only research I did was this video digging the internet hard for a project kit that I have on the screen right now. That's the 4 gig model, which is seemingly not new anymore. They must have discontinued it, or they only made so much to make projects with, like I don't know, the VR headset. You know, when they come up with the beta version of it and then they release it to those who want to mess around with it, it's seemingly not available to the public, being sold anymore. It seems to just be that you gotta find it used, and you can't even. I think he says it's like $100. I forget, and I did not get it for that. I'm not gonna disclose how much I paid for it, but it was a little bit more than that. But I just thought it'd be fun to mess with. Because he like includes this Amazon. I don't know if. And it's, you know, either not for sale any longer, or it's like $300 or something outrageous. Anyway. So I want the Tech Toy website at some point. But yeah, so let's kind of dive into the hardware a little bit. I'm going to get up in a second, but being I'm already sitting down, I might as well continue to sit and read out. One thing I want to do is just get a feel of the audio, because this is kind of impromptu. So I don't even know if there's mic audio. Yeah, there's. Okay. So, I mean, I could just read off the box. I might just stand up in a second here. But yeah, it has 4 gigs on it. It's powered by it's powered by NVIDIA, so obviously it has the processing power as such. Yeah, and I think it was really for like the Jetson AI, and you can, so there's this cooler, or this CPU, the thing that kind of disperses the heat off it with the aluminum. Underneath that is this so many pin board that slides right off, and you can get the idea of the CPU. So we're gonna have to fuck with that. And supposedly that's where you get to the SD card. So I feel like there's a better... What was it here? So yeah, he reviewed it a couple of years ago. It's up to snuff, and I feel like they're continuously working on it to try to utilize overclocking it. And it has gigabit Ethernet, only 3.0 USB ports. And a lot of people do robotics with this piece of hardware, because it has a camera connector like the Raspberry Pi, but I could only imagine the CS-2 is probably a little bit stronger for higher quality capturing, for the idea of, you know, the sensor and for robotics. I want to be able to speak to the CPU, Jetson Nano. Yeah, here we go. So the CPU is a quad-core ARM. So I could only imagine that's not comparable to a quad-core processor for something like Windows, but and its base, and then the GPU is a Maxwell 128 NVIDIA CUDA. Or sorry, it has 128 NVIDIA CUDA cores based off the Maxwell architecture. So just a little bit more about it. I guess it has already 16 gigs on it. I don't know how to utilize that, but I guess we'll figure out along the way. Because I would assume that we're just booting from an SD card. And yeah, at least they have two gigs of memory version, or whatever you want to call it, a 2 gig version and a 4 gig version. And the rate's at 1600 megahertz. Anyway, I'm gonna stand my ass up. I'm gonna get into opening this thing up. I'm gonna do this gently because there's no room to walk in here. Before I do that, this has been misleading this whole time. And I guess when I switch over, I'll have to remember to do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get up now. And hopefully you can hear me standing up. And I can kind of get an idea of, I can maybe put the Firefox in it there, actually. I don't have a lot of space to maneuver, so I'll be doing my dangdest. Hopefully I can get a better visual, yeah, somewhat. Hey Richie. What's going on with your fine self? We're just gonna be messing with the Jetson Nano here. I can move the specs or whatever. Maybe just when I need it, because I'll just kind of review it a little bit. Open this bad boy up. Yeah, and so on the side here, we can get the idea that, how am I gonna do this? I'm just looking for it first, hold on. Yeah, so it's on the back. So if you can see it, hopefully, it just talks about the, yeah, so there's the example of the micro SD slot. Kind of showing I guess like a transparent idea that because underneath that cooler would be the, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how to work a fan into this. So I don't know if there's like, it's being that this is kind of hard to come by, people, or it's not, you know, I guess it's not produced anymore. Things are kind of, I'm probably 5 years too late to this thing, but I'll see if somebody's still selling a fan that fits that aluminum cooler that's already built on this thing. And let's see. Yeah, it talks about the gigabit Ethernet port. I don't know what you can see. It's like right here. Only USB 3.0, and then the in and out pins. I didn't know it was DisplayPort. Doesn't really mean anything to me. And then I have this switching 5-volt adapter here. So that'll. I was reading. I guess you don't get the same throughput that you would get from the processor if you don't, like if you just use. You can power it by this 5-volt port here, or you can power it by the USB-C here. No, sorry, it's micro USB. I thought it was USB-C. And I guess you don't. I doubt that they included the micro SD card or the power adapter, which, for what I paid for it used, kind of blows. I haven't opened it yet, so I actually don't know. But the what I sound like, because I don't know how this mic is while standing up. Okay, that's okay, I guess, for the most part. I could probably speak up. I'm using kind of like a non-condenser mic while I stand, so it picks me up regardless of where I'm standing. What else? And then we talked about the camera connector that we probably won't utilize. I'm not sure in this, in terms of this, what the UART header does. It might be worth the Google, because, like I said, I'm no expert in any of this, and I'm just kind of messing with it. I wonder if it's necessary, because we could probably just bridge the 2 pins to get it started. If it does need it to be turned on, I don't know. And again, if none of this is included in this used kit, that would kind of blow, but... It says there is a UART on the J41 GPI header of the NVIDIA Jetson Nano developer kit, useful when you need a little bit of extra serial connectivity action. So maybe for the robotics, maybe more useful for connecting or reading out to, or would you say reading? Yeah, reading from a different device over serial, maybe. Oh, oops. My bad, hold on. You're not looking at the same screen. That's what I'm looking at. Can't show history. Yeah, so that's kind of what I just read. We can leave this up. I don't know if this Jetson Hacks is maybe a resource worthwhile continuing to look at. So it has 3.3 volts. TTL is, I believe, the frequency or time to live signal, maybe. An easy way to communicate with the UART from another computer is so yeah, USB or serial bus, serial cable. Yada yada yada. So it could be useful later on. It'd be cool to speak to, like, over serial to a computer if I needed to for some reason. I don't know, for some other project. So I guess it's a 41 pin. No, sorry, J41 pin 8 is TXD, or I'm guessing, what's the T stand for? Not R would be read, transmit and receive. Yeah, that's what it'd be. Transmit and receive. Sorry, it's been a while. And ground. Is that it? It's only 4. I thought it was 4 pins. I don't know. It says UART header. It looks like 5 or 6. What did it say up there? Doesn't say. Anyway, figured I'd just look at what that is. And I think, yeah, so on the top right here, hold on, I don't know if you can see that. It says, I think it's focused enough. The NVIDIA Maxwell GPU, quad-core ARM Cortex 857 processor, and 4 gigs of memory. At the top there. I don't know if it's like not focusing. It looks not so focused to me. Anyway, I don't know how to do this unboxing shit. I'm also super far away from the camera in terms of reaching. Should I be ripping open Pokemon cards as I unbox this Jetson Nano? I'll try my best here to open the sleeve. So this is used, again, just to clarify. So, you know, this has already been opened. And even though it's supposed to be included, I doubt it's going to be. The power supply, it might be. Yeah, I don't think it is, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, did they suggest to build that? Yeah, they suggest to build this to work in it, so probably less static. And it's kind of guide on how to get started. Which is funny that they don't. Well, I guess they don't need to. But yeah, I don't believe the this opens anymore. It doesn't feel like. It's weird that it says, at least on their website, it says that this is required to start. Never mind, not included. I think I knew that. Never mind. Forget it. Forget I said a thing. So I guess we'll leave this over here so we can keep referring to it if we don't want to. And I guess you can build this thing, this silly little cardboard structure. It looks like it was already built by the guy, whoever owned it. What do you do? Put it like that, and then you open up these things, and then you push the centerpiece in. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's for... That's what it is. It's this. It's, I think, plugged in here. And, I think what they're saying is this just gets thrown in here. So you can, it's not really folding very well, but you could just go like that if you wanted to. I guess just the benefit of that. Sorry. Okay. And so I guess at the very least we got to take this part off somehow. So there's a screw there, a screw there, and that will expose where I believe you put the CPU, or where the CPU is, but where you put the SD card. Love if I could see what I was doing. this, I guess, there's these similar to like um, on most laptops that have RAM that you can pop out. That thing that the spring-loaded kind of clips, and then I guess this pops out, and then underneath, kind of like I expected, we're just gonna, I guess, put the SD card there. But I thought this was evident. I guess the underside is evident of the GPU. If it's oh, you know what it probably is. Obviously, why would I guess anything else? Obviously, this is hiding the GPU because this is what's cooling it. How could I be so foolish? So if I really wanted to, I could take it apart. I mean, is it? I mean, it is kind of worth. I just don't have. It's the hex key or hex screw, so I don't exactly have that right next to me. I can go get that. So yeah, for the sake of this example, I might as well go over and get it. So I will be right back. Okay, I wasn't able to find hex that small, but I was able to find. Focus here. I wasn't able to, or I was able to find a screwdriver that would start the spinning of the screw without stripping it. That wasn't hex. That was just Phillips. So let's take this apart somehow. I'll do it on the cam without fucking things up. I might be able to find the some cooling substance for this, for the CPU, if it doesn't already have a good glob on it already. If not, kind of already spent a lot of time fucking with this. I think it's done, and it's now just held on by yeah. So obviously that's the glob. I'm gonna do this without leaving all these. Should get like tweezers. Just hold it. So that holding it won't do anything. There we go. There's the die or the CPU itself, just as an example. Because it looks like we're good for. I don't know. It looks kind of dried out a little bit. I don't know. Trying to get like. Yeah, kind of looks like it's not completely dried out. It looks a little ooey gooey, but we might be able to. I'm trying to think of where I put that. And if I could think about it without leaving the stream again for too long. Let me try one place. Ooh. As I hit that over. And if I can't find it, then whatever. It might be a sock. Let's see. I'll bring the Firefox back. Let's see. Because it's an ARM processor, but in terms of system on a chip is what you're. It's mostly mobile. The number of advantage of the sock is its size. Is it based on the die itself? Due to its very high level integration of much shorter wiring, sock also used comparably less power. I mean, maybe that is one and the same when it comes to ARM processors. processors. SoC. I mean it, because it is Intel. Oh, I thought it meant GPU and CPU on one chip. You can put in a new CPU, GPU, or RAM at any time. No, that's not. That's out of context. Usually contains a GPU, a graphics processor. I don't believe because if you look at, I mean, it could be SoC. Because it's a quad core ARM. I don't know if you would get that kind of speed with a SoC. I mean, I couldn't search. Oh, I don't see it on the page. Yeah, to me that looks like a CPU and not a SoC, but I don't know what like other than the because that looks more like a chip on a board than a processor. No, maybe. ARM processor. Only a few years ago, the processor market was heavily fragmented. Power RISC, MIPS, Spark, and a number of platforms competed for market dominance. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know if that's the terminology, that if a socket has both GPU and CPU for the sake of footprint with mobile. I don't know if this, because this has its own GPU, NVIDIA. Let's assume that there's no way that this is a SoC, being that the GPU is elsewhere. Where it is, I'm not sure. This looks like, I think this might be the audio processor. There was that right here. This doesn't really give me like the lowdown of the let me see if I can find it. Intel. Jetson Nano. Okay, that's a little bit better. What about not so much the board itself, but that card that I just pulled out? What about that? So there's that J11, that serial bus that we could use. Oh no, maybe it's ground power. It must be somewhere else. Oh, there's several. This might be the serial, and that I'm not sure, because that's 4 right there. That's 5. So I'm assuming that J7 is this. You can't see it because of Firefox. I'm assuming the J7 is that. I'm having a hard time because of Firefox. Let me put it somewhere else. Just assume that you're gonna see the top of the page instead of the bottom. Or just keep that in mind, I guess. Let's see. I'm looking for. So the power consumption is important. Two module power modes are 10 watts and 5 watts, adjusted for less energy. Default mode for more performance. And I have, so I'm assuming, so this switching, yeah, right there. No. Because output is 5 volts, 4 amps, and wattage is volts times current. So to me, that's 20 watts instead of 10 watts. Because I'd assume that, I guess maybe that's just what it consumes versus, yeah, this, so I guess it uses 10 out of the 20, if it can. And from what I was reading, it's pretty beneficial to get the switching power amp versus using the USB. It still doesn't show me what I wanted. This is like it without... because I want to know where the GPU is on the board. So hopefully you probably won't be able to see the whole thing. I don't see it. I see blanking, hold on. A transistor, a capacitor. I mean, this doesn't really show me other than the movement of current. I wanted to know where the GPU was, but this is more the actual circuitry. What about this? No. Anyway, I guess it doesn't... It matters only in the sense that I was just curious. Because I took it apart and everything, so we might as well point it out. Where's the... Maybe just looking up that will show me the... I'm assuming... Maybe it's this... Maybe it's those two chips there. Because that might just be RAM. Like two chips for 2 gigs each. Or one, sorry, a chip for 2 gigs. That the 2 chips for RAM. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So that's what I mean is I'm not knowing where the GPU is, and I was just curious because that has the same kind of logo that Sound Blaster used to have. So I'm assuming that this right here is audio. Maybe this whole... Maybe this thing right here is the GPU? Right here? I'm not sure. Maybe it says it. I'll read it. No, not really. It doesn't say anything of meaning to me. What is this? Yeah, it is USB. No, it says USB-C on it, but I don't... It's not USB-C, that's not... it's weird that it says USB-C. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Yeah. If they have a chip number, you can look it up. Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. But isn't it odd that it says USB-C
See, it wants to play. See how it says USB-C? That is definitely not USB-C. It's just micro. It wants to focus on it. It's kind of a... Yeah, it's the two fin things that USB or micro USB have. Weird that it says that. Does this tell us? Yeah, that's where I was at a loss, is this doesn't exactly show us. It just, you know, it says up here, the product specifications, that it has, it obviously has a GPU, but it doesn't point it out in that little, because it's not for the, really for the consumer to be. I've been gypped on USB-C, yeah. Well, no, I'm not powering it by USB-C, so I don't really care. I get what you're saying, but yeah, it doesn't matter to me. I wish there was like a picture that's like, this is the GPU, for those noobs like me that are curious and now have it in pieces and are curious where the GPU is obviously on the board. Oops. Huh. I don't know. So right there, as a small, powerful computer for embedded applications and AI, IoT that delivers the power of modern AI in $100. It's funny that they even print the price there, because that's not what it is anymore, because of demand. I don't know. I mean, let me look up this. As I hit the mic and everything. Jetson Nano. Yeah, I'm just assuming that somewhere on that board, I'm assuming that's what that reads is 9BD77. Yeah, let's look that up. Those two chips right there. Nothing. DK. No, nothing. So I can't really look up those chips. Anyway, we're gonna go get cooling paste for this. Hopefully I have any. If not, we're just gonna put this back together. I just, you know, doing this on stream, so I might as well have just taken it apart. Let me be right back, or I'll be right back and see if I could find that heatsink paste, if I have any more. So BRB, I'm just gonna leave it as is, so I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I might have put it. So we press forward, and I put this thing back together as best I can. I have to do this off camera because it's too much of a pain to hold my arms out like that. Try and get it on camera. So I'll just talk sweet nothings to you. All I do as such. But it's one screw down. Two screws in. And we needed to expose, not obviously not the CPU, but at least the micro SD slot. Let me just spray this or blow this off with some. What's going on, guys? Thanks for the raid. The currently what we're working on is I'm messing around with the Jetson Nano. So I apologize for those who are within this raid that are not, you know, it's not a video game stream, so but thanks for the raid. Definitely appreciate that. Hold on one second here. Yeah, crispy cake, thanks for bringing over those who probably don't want to watch this at all. Yeah, so we are messing with the Jetson Nano. I'm gonna try and get some emulation on it. You guys just missed me taking it apart and showing off the CPU, which is found under here. Well, definitely thanks for prepping them. They're probably long gone by now. They screamed and ran away. So anyway, yeah, so we have the Jetson Nano. So like another example of it. It's 4 gigs. Let me get this back up in front of us. 4 gigs of RAM. This quad-core ARM, and it has this NVIDIA Maxwell as its GPU. We were trying to look for the GPU. All I could see, and at this point I can, since I already put it back together, we can just show off the image from Intel about what the the board looks like. If I still have it. I still have it. Maybe not. It's right here. This is what we were just looking at, where we believe that this is the RAM. Obviously, that's the CPU die, and I'm assuming this whole thing right here is with this micro chip, whatever that might be, is probably the GPU. We were desperately looking for examples of where the GPU is. Pictures saying, hey, here's the GPU, in case you didn't know. But I guess I'm giving up. And I'm going to put this thing back together, which it is. And I'm going to try to power this puppy on here. I did bump the camera while I walked away, so put that back here. It should be good to go. So yeah, I was kind of pointing out before, if you've ever taken apart a laptop, it has that kind of, those spring-loaded clamps. If I can find where. Hold on. Fuck. Should be grabbing it, but why not? It was before, which is weird. Doesn't matter because it screws down, but I even had to unlock it myself with my hand, so I'm kind of... Do I not have it in all the way, maybe? Yeah, to kind of help it along. Even up back onto it. There. And I'll screw that fucker back down. Sorry, you probably can't hear me because the mic's behind me. So I'll have to screw it over here, not to discourage anybody from watching some screwing. But Crispy Cake, sorry, I just wanted to put that again, put this back together, as well as kind of give another breakdown of what we're fucking with. But what were you streaming? What was the? Are you still your Pokemon for the most part? You might have to correct me if I'm wrong. I try to keep up with whoever I'm aware of that might be streaming, and if so, what are you streaming now? If not, or sorry, if so, what Pokemon? If no, what are you streaming? Is what I should have said. And I don't know if IMH ORPG came through Crispy Cake, but welcome as well. I saw your raid. I know a lot of people jump off, so I don't mean to call out. I never know how to approach it. I don't know if you're supposed to call people out, because I don't want to be like, oh, well, you should have been there. Where are you? I'm really just saying, if you are still there, what's going on? How's the games you're playing? Sorry for the loud noise. I just want to... in case there was like any loose threading or whatever of the when I was unscrewing things. I don't want bits just sitting on the board and shorting it, and I'm touching it, which obviously canned air wouldn't do anything for. So now that that's done, I can plug this puppy in. Oh, here I took it. Never mind. I need to take that back out. I don't know how the process of putting this this SD card. I'm assuming we're gonna have to go grab the image. I'm trying to think of the best way. I'm gonna have to go grab something. We're gonna do it on my PC, so I can share the process. I'm not prepared, I guess. I wish you could do it on USB. You might be able to, but I guess form factor makes a little bit more sense to do SD. So I'll be right back again. adapter here. Throw that in. I guess I'll assume the position and go back to sitting down. There's nowhere to walk in here though. Oh, I guess I'll stand up, I think. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, so go back to my tab that I had for this. So Tech Toy Tinker, I was speaking, I don't know, several of you are new, or if you're even there. The reason that I know about this board and the reason that I'm looking at it is because I'm working on this idea of bringing arcades to bars, and it's kind of odd that I'm starting with a barcade. I talked to a manager out in the Cape who was talking about kind of reaching back out to him when it became the off season on the Cape, but I started looking into things that might be able to process GameCube games for the sake of trying to get competitions with Super Smash, but obviously not carrying around a GameCube, because I was always using Raspberry Pi, but that really won't cut it with the lack of CPU that it holds. So one board I follow, he's not anybody I'm shouting out that I know personally, but there's ETA Prime. I think he's well known in the hardware world. He's always messing around with things that might be able to emulate, and he's always, you know, trying to throw together like his little videos of testing hardware and what it can actually perform. So he suggested Tech Toy Tinker. They're a small group that they even, you know, right here, they even suggest his video. I have to scroll down more, sorry. And they have come together with software that pretty much overclocks this piece of hardware to be able to put it to its potential, as well as for the ability to have an OS on the hardware. So let's see if I can figure out where the image is. Jetson Nano. Oh, I was already on that page. Silly me. So there's this beta, Ares beta. That I believe it's the Ares is the name of their OS. See, that talks about sensor bar and Wiimote. They have updates occasionally. Here we go, right here. I feel like I have this somewhere, and I don't have to install it or download it right now. I feel like I got it, and I was on top of things, but let's see if I call my bluff on that. No. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna have to get that. Hopefully it's not too large. Marge, and it doesn't take too long. So it's 17 gig. Holy shit. I wish that I got this ahead of time. Let me check my laptop. I mean, I might as well just download it now. Ares. It's from July 17th. Don't think that's it. You guys can't see what I'm talking about, but I don't believe that's it. Well, I guess let's see how long that's gonna take. 30 minutes. It's kind of crazy, but so let's. Oh, I can't. I mean, let's take this back apart because we're gonna have to get to the USB or the SD slot. And then I guess I'll move on to talking about the controller that I picked up and see how that feels, and maybe test that out while we wait. This is kind of an impromptu stream, and again, really appreciative of the raid because I know, like you said, nobody really cares to watch this kind of shit. Everybody wants to watch video games. But yeah, so I appreciate the raid. Something different, right? Right? I can plug in, get this out. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that again. And when I get the SD card prepped. So yeah, I guess since we're gonna be waiting on that, let me show you the controller. And yes, this is a replacement for the 360 controller because I'm sick of that shit. I have a receiver that's a knockoff. It's not a Microsoft receiver, and it came with the price of messing around with Windows and the signatures and going into the registry and fucking with things. I have the guide on how to do that, but I wouldn't suggest it. It doesn't. It's just basically saying that when the device manager goes to look at it to install that driver, it's not trying to make sure that it's authentic and shit. So you can get the Chinese knockoff receiver that's not Microsoft, being that it's a Microsoft product, so obviously they're going to have some security in place, so you can't just go ahead and install whatever. So I got, I already forget the name of it, it's in the title of the stream, and I did a lot of research to try to find something that fits the criteria of basically something with a rechargeable battery, something with what else? This is cool because it's not reliant. It has a rocker switch on the back. It's not reliant on Bluetooth. It could be both plugged in by USB-C, plugged in or over 2.4 gigahertz to a dongle, or Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's the SteelSeries Stratus Duo. So I know it's not like big in anyone else's book, but I bought it myself because I don't get Christmas gifts, and or maybe it's USB. It might not be. Yeah, it's not USB-C. It's micro USB. It's getting stuck on the package. So there's the controller. Let me get what else it came with. So there's a seller. I'm not going to give the name out because I want another one if this works well. So I don't want to lose my chances. The moment I try this thing out and it goes, par for the course, then I'm probably going to order another one. But this was a little Christmas gift to myself. Relatively cheap because I got it used, and it doesn't obviously come. It doesn't come with the the packaging that is a fancy ass box that I could do an unboxing for. So I don't get to. I bet you a ton of I bet you this is just an unboxed controller that someone returned. I can almost guarantee that's what that is. But it's to the style of so I was noticing that I don't know how I wanted to approach it, but it's to the style of like Sony with the PS4, being that there's the two joys in the middle instead of up to the left. It's USB or micro USB, as a power switch, and then I believe this right here is what kind of technology it uses to try to connect to the PC. But it's pretty, it feels heavy. It doesn't feel like some cheap little plastic thing. It feels official, so that's pretty cool. I have too many controllers that I try to get the cheap version of, and this was pretty cheap too, so I mean, SteelSeries makes pretty good mice or whatever. Yeah, I'm not really good at this review shit, but it's a big checkbox in my book because of I don't really shell out money for a lot of things, so I'm hoping that this thing works relatively well. And while we're waiting, oh, you guys can't even see what we're waiting on. I like how the guy's name is Joe Stoner. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's real. We got 24 minutes left. So, at the very least, because this is going to be being used with this. When I go to the bar and bring this setup, I'll be handing these out, and I guess I'll try to keep using the Xbox 360 receiver or buy a new one. This does not want to focus, does it? If I buy a new receiver and use the two 360 controllers that I already have, I'm not sure. I don't know what I'll do. But, so yeah, here's the receiver for the 2.4 gigahertz. I just thought that was pretty cool that you're not really... And I double checked that it works wired as well, so that's already, in the event that the thing dies and you can't charge it or whatever, you can still use it. I know that shouldn't be a crazy assumption, but I would assume that most things should still work when they're charging. But some things are literally not data over the serial line. So I'll have to figure out how to use this. And this comes in time, hopefully, for when the Big Johnny and I do Halo. It's coming up soon. I'm hoping to not be held down from faulty equipment on my end. So I don't know if I want... I didn't buy this to be like the next Apex controller. I don't really have like a particular use for it other than not a shitty controller. So I guess the other day... Here, I'm gonna sit down. Somehow. There's gonna be room. I'm gonna make room. We'll come back to this once this finishes installing. Fuck, I need my laptop. Hold on. Down in the chair, and I need to plug this in. So hold on. Don't want to give you a long cable. Hopefully that didn't make a lot of noise. I know my mic is pretty... I think it's the cable is pretty testy. Okay, so I guess I'll just test it. The other day I was messing around with fan games. I'll use that as an example. Yeah, let's move over. Already it looks like it is player one. Oh fuck. I can't believe you've done this. How am I gonna do this? I'm not exactly set up for this. I was set up to show the inner works of the Nano over at the Elgato and shit. Let's see. What's right monitor?
Thanks for pointing that out. I don't know why there's no audio on the other scene. Whatever. So what I was saying is that here, let me show the capture. What I was saying is that the I haven't really had to do anything other than plug this bad Randy in. And it just seems to work. I was showing this, but you couldn't see it. Because of course not. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't have mic audio, but thanks for letting me know. But so for what it is, I haven't done anything other than plug it in by USB, and it's off to the races. So what I was going to do was mess around with, hopefully doing. I was messing around with fan-made games, and we'll do that for like 20 minutes while I'm waiting for that image to install, to get an idea of the controller. I don't know if I'll review it in the sense that I don't have anything else to review it to. Most controllers just don't work for me, so I have nothing to compare it to. So yeah, I was messing around with one cool fan game that I found was this Sonic World. I just don't, it's not really meant for a controller, so I'm wondering how it'll fare. Unless it will just freeze and explode. But I don't know if it's technically not a controller game. So the right triggers feel really good, but I don't know if, because they're supposed to be magnetic, I guess. But I don't know if I like that feel over, an actual trigger that has a click, or not a click, but not as smooth. So already it wasn't start, which is interesting. Make sure there's no audio, so that's poopy. Hopefully that's not too loud. So it's weird that it has A, B, but no, I'm not clicked back into it. Is what it is. I'm assuming this is A. I also don't know, and I could show it on the camera again, but I don't know if it's supposed to be that faded where you can't read the X is seemingly A, but you can't read what the buttons are, which I don't know if it's a big deal. But yeah, this is like, it's kind of open world, so it doesn't have the same challenges as most Sonic games, is what I've found, but I mean, it kind of gets the point across. And it even has a Chow Garden, which is pretty cool that they replicated that. Because I want to get the... Maybe I'll do it. Should I do it? Here, let me do it.
Let's go!
Sorry. I was gonna try and put the webcam on my controller and try to show it, but it doesn't seem to wanna. I don't have the USB length. I kind of plugged the. It's weird that. Oh, it's like, for whatever reason, auto circling. I'm not doing that. Oh, it might be that. I don't know what's spinning the camera. Does this have a mode to it that... I don't think so. It's forever circling. What if I were to unplug that controller? No, it's still spinning. Huh. Obviously I wouldn't have known about that until now. I'm not sure what's doing that. Because obviously you don't, well, I guess you don't know that if I'm spinning my camera or not. Controls. You can assign buttons to your keyboard and mouse here. That's on my keyboard and mouse. Oh, there we go. Up, down, left, right. Doesn't seem to recognize it. Oh. Oh, never mind. That's just the camera anyway. She's a... Oh, okay. Maybe it's forever thinking that it's pressing R? No, because then it would have registered as that trying to do that when I went in to switch the... Oh yeah, right there. I see it. See how Sonic's spinning like that? He's only supposed to be spinning... Let me try restarting the game without the controller and see if it's the mouse or if it's the... I'm hoping that that was all it really was. Or I can get an idea if it's the controller or not. See if Sonic's spinning a weird way. See how he's only spinning, I guess, head over tail. So the key, for whatever reason, so let me try quitting again. And come back in, because I was using VNC to remote onto my PC from my laptop. Let's see if that's causing it to be an issue. The other thing I'm a little worried about is that it's not really mapped the way that I'm anticipating this controller to be mapped. The fact that I have to hit X for A and start is actually the right thumb stick click and all that. Yeah, see how he's going bananas? Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure how to fix that. But I guess that kind of leads to whether or not the controller is not faulty, but let's see. It's weird that it barely registers. That's me going right with it. It's me going left with it. That's me going up with it. So the Y rotation works, but not so much the X. Or Z. Huh. Let's try a different game. Let's try something like Steam. Like Dark Souls or something. Something that I can get at just the camera. Because it's already seems screwy. Whether or not the camera is no good, which sucks. Buying things and then trying to be cheap about it, and finding out I got a lemon. Oh, oops. Probably close Sonic. Huh, is it not gonna open? Yeah, there it goes. It's like all stretched and shit. It's like a weird resolution right now. Maybe I bumped it down to 720 for some reason. Because if it's that Sonic game, then I could care less. But if it's something that's, right off the bat fucked up, because I can't tell the game setting thing, or the joystick setting of Windows looks all fucked up. And I'll try it on my laptop before I return it, but right off the bat, that seems messed up. Twitch audio or me? So the left and right don't even work. The fuck? It might just be... Here, let me see what you're talking about. That sucks though that I bought that. It doesn't... No, hold on. Let me see if I can unplug my audio input device. See if that fixes it. Hopefully it doesn't break things. Or actually, let me try this. Is that any better? See if that's any better. No, yeah, I don't know. I might have to take down the stream. I'll close Dark Souls, I'll close Steam. Sometimes it comes down to I gotta close the OBS. Oh no, it wouldn't be that. Fuck. Trying to fix it without taking down the entire stream. Let's see if that did it. No, that didn't. The only way I know how to fix it is taking down OBS entirely. Well, I guess, what do we have for time left? Oh, it's finished. I'm gonna take down the stream. I'm a little disappointed. I don't know what's going on with this controller, so already off the bat it doesn't work. But I will be right back. I don't know. I don't have any other way to fix the audio issue, so hold on.